Hi, namaste. This is Claire from Yoga with Claire. I'm going to go and sit back there, but I hope you can still hear me. And this is a nice yoga little piece that I'm doing dedicated to my mammy. And it's for all the ladies of a certain age and gentlemen who aren't able to get out and about at the moment because of the restrictions. Hopefully you'll all be out very soon. But in the meantime, here's a little bit of nice gentle yoga and just a chance to kind of stop and breathe. So I'll invite everybody to come and join. You're very welcome. Get comfy. I'm sitting on a kitchen chair, but I put my big cozy blanket on it. If you're sitting at home, it can get quite cold if you're sitting around the house a lot and you're not getting out and about. So having the blanket over your legs or put on really warm cozy things. Let's make this your special time to just relax and let go. So that said, if you need to, stop the video, off you go, get whatever you want, or move your, if you're watching this on your iPad or your phone, to somewhere else where you can have a look. And most of the time, to be honest, you can close your eyes and just follow my voice. So even if you can't see me, don't worry, I'll try and be clear. So pause the video. And now you're back, yeah? So once you've got that set up, check in that you can sit nice and straight. So I'm sitting on quite a hard wooden chair with my nice cozy blanket, but it means that I can really sit my bum down so I can feel my back nice and long, because often, you know, we're forward doing things, if you're on the computer or you're driving, or you're not driving at the moment probably, but you're at home maybe working over things on the table. So let's see if we can really just sit the bum back and lift the shoulders up and back and just drop the shoulder blades down onto the rib cage. And from here, I'm going to invite you to take your index finger and thumbs and put them together in a mudra, and just maybe placing them either with the palms facing up or the palms facing down. Now, if any of this is not working for you, if it doesn't feel right, feel free to just hands down or hands on your tummy, you choose. And the same thing, if you need to move as the chair is not working. But let's say, once you've gotten settled, let's make a commitment to stillness for the next moment or two. So with the eyes gently closed, I'd invite you to just check in with your feet. So see if you can notice and feel your feet. Feel the base of your shoes and the base of your feet on the floor. And then notice and check in with your lower legs and your knees. And again, just noticing. So if things come up, if you're thinking about things, if you're noticing things that you like or you don't like about your legs, see if you can just let that go. Bringing awareness into the thighs and noticing the connection with your body and your chair, your support, or if you're sitting on your bed. And then from there, see if you can actually feel and notice the base of your spine, so the bottom of the tailbone. And don't worry if you can't, you can just have that intention of bringing your awareness there. Going to notice up through the back now, noticing the back of the hips. Noticing the small of your back, that natural curve in the low back. Noticing the space at the back of the rib cage and up into that space in between the shoulder blades. And then all the way up into your neck, and maybe the neck grows a little taller and you feel that gentle sense of lift up through the back of the neck. Just think of a beautiful swan floating on the lake, and then all the way up, noticing the tip top of your head. Maybe you even notice the area just above your head. And then we're going to gently see if there's anything we can do to let go of tension in the face. So we're going to start with the top of the forehead, the right eyebrow and the left eyebrow, and all across the forehead, the right eye and the left eye, the face, the jaws, the lips, the throat, and then dropping down the shoulders, front of the collarbones, backs of the shoulders, tagging a little bit of weight into the arms, being aware of the weight of the arms and the hands resting wherever you've placed them. And then see if you can notice and be aware of the breath. So you're going to see if you can feel and notice the breath as it enters the body. And again, just noticing, so as thoughts come in about how you think you should breathe or if it's a good breath or not, see if you can just let that go and just observe all of that. The breath, the thoughts, coming always back to that breath. And I'm going to get you to keep going with that, observing the breath. And if you need to just gently open your eyes and have a look at the video, you can, but you probably don't need to. What I'm going to invite you to do is wait for the next exhale. So as you inhale, just keep on doing what you're doing. But then as you exhale, allow the exhale to let you bring your chin down towards, just down in towards the body. So your inner gaze is going down towards your heart and tummy. The shoulders are staying nice and relaxed. And then noticing and feeling how that feels for you. Very gently on the next breath in, just bringing the nose, drawing a line with the nose, so drawing the line with the nose, so the nose is leading, and we're just lifting a little bit up through the heart and chest, and the shoulders stay dropping down as you roll the nose up towards the heavens. And then as you exhale, we're going to keep the back of the neck really, really long and elegant, and just draw the chin in. Again, that inner gaze, and you keep your eyes closed if you like, is coming down towards the heart. And we want to make this movement really gentle and mindful. So it's almost like, it is almost no effort at all. Just that intention of movement and the gentle breath. And you're inhaling in your own time to lift the heart and chest up a little, lift the nose. And you're exhaling and gently, this time we just gently come back to center and take your time getting there. So hopefully that felt good. Feeling a bit creaky and tight, don't worry. From here, what we're going to gently do is just draw the shoulders up to the ears. Fully have tension in the shoulders, and then just roll them gently back and down. We're going to just make circles with the shoulders, rolling them up towards the ears and then gently back and down. And up towards the ears and gently back and down. One more in your own time. That's it. And if you're doing it all, you're doing it right. And if it's just not working for you, don't worry. We're going to release that. And from here, we're going to send the hands out in front. Now, if you find this quite tiring, it is, and you need to bend the elbows, you can. But let's try for now to just straighten out the arms in front. We're going to just wiggle the fingers and see if we can bring a little bit of movement into all of the knuckles of the hand. And being gentle and kind. So if there's parts of the fingers that feel stiff or sore, we're just going to take it easy with those. There you go. And if you want to play a little bit, we can just open them up like starfish and then gently close them down again. Once you've done a little bit of that, sorry if I'm rushing now, is to start to move and circle into the wrists. That's it. And change in the direction. And if you need a break at any time, take a break. And then when you've circled around the next time and you're going to come back to center, just giving them a stretch forward, let the shoulders go right forward and squeeze, 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 stretch. And then let it all come out and down. So hopefully you're feeling good. And what I'm going to get you to do now is we leave the shoulders, have a little rest, and we focus on the feet. And I'm so far away, but you still can barely see my feet. So what we're going to do in the chair is, I've brought a yoga bolster. Not everybody has one of those, but if you have a cushion, especially if you're small and your feet don't easily sit on the ground, having something in underneath might help. Of course, if you sit in a lower chair, that helps too. What we're going to do is we're just going to raise one leg up, if that's available to you. I'm bringing it up here so you can see me, but if you want to just bring it to level with the other one and just lift the foot, you can. So we're just going to wiggle the toes. And just seeing if we can get a little bit of movement into those toes. And again, bringing that breath, big nice breaths. And then we're going to send the toes away and then push through the heel. Now take it easy with this. It can be, if it's tight and crampy, it can feel a little uncomfortable. So let's try it and make it a really nice movement. One of my fairy yoga teachers says, like, move as though you love yourself. So let's go for that. And when you're ready, you can do your nice circle with that foot. One way, and then the other. Very good. And then from here, we're going to place that foot down and move over to the other one. So giving that leg a break, lifting up through the opposite leg. Start with your toes. Can you wiggle the toes? How are they doing for wiggling? And you'll find some toes are wigglier than others. Then we're going to point our toes and push for a heel. And that brings movement right up into the calf and maybe into the thigh, be aware of it. And you're sitting tall all the time, keeping the shoulders soft. Rolling the ankle now, so getting that movement up into the ankle. Of course, this is super good for any kind of puffy swelling in the joints or anything like that. Good for any just tightness, keep moving things. So we're going to bring the movement into the knee again. Sorry, we didn't do it on this side, we'll do it here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to, if it's comfortable, have that upper leg resting in your two hands and just swing the knee forward, backward a little and see how that feels. To bring a little movement into the knee. Just wake it up a little bit. Now we're going to switch over to the other side. So we're going to place that foot down, lift up through the other leg, and then swing that one forwards, backwards, give it a little bit of movement. Very good. Alright, then when you finish with that one, you can let it come down. I'm going to take the hands, I'm going to make them into fists, so a nice little tight fist, and then we're just going to go tappa, tappa, tappa down the thighs, so getting a little bit of self-massage into those big muscles in the thighs. Very good. Now from here I'm going to move sideways, but you can stay where you are. I'm just moving sideways so I can show you a little bit better. So what we want to do now is take a little bit of movement into the spine. So we're going to place the hands on the knees and then we're going to sit up nice and tall. And from here, as we breathe out, we're going to arch the back backwards and let the head come in. So we're rolling forwards, stretching out the back. And then as we inhale, we're going to use the hands to help us lift up through the chest, lift up and expand. See if you can bring the shoulder blades back and down. And then as you exhale, you're rolling back into that sort of stretch. It's kind of like our cat and our counter cat, but we're doing it from the chair, which means I don't have to change the camera angle. It's also handy if you find it hard getting up and down onto the floor, but I know you guys don't. No bother to you. And if you do, that's okay too. My mum will give me a slap if I patronise you. That's it. So just following through with those. Now we just do one more. If I make my file too big, I don't know if I can upload it. So then we're going to come, this is all the small things, come back to centre. And from here, we're going to come up off the chair. Alright, so you can see I have the wall behind me. Wall is great. So we're going to do a little bit of balancing here. See if I can get myself a little bit more in this tripod so you can see my head. Alright, so from here what I'm going to do is I'm put my hand on the wall, my hand on the hip, and then I'm going to just stand and lift one leg, bring it all the way into the standing leg. Very good. And from here we can just gently circle the ankle again. Now if you need to come down, do, and just put the toes on the ground and do it from here. So it's up to you. Very good, and then drop that leg down and turn over, hand on the other side, and we'll do the ankle on the side, hand onto the hip again, helps with the balance. If you like to gaze at something in the wall in front of you just to get that nice sense of being tall. That's it. If you're feeling sprightly, I can bring the leg up a little higher. It's late in the evening here, so I'm going to stay where I am. And then we're going to release that one down. Alright, so we'll just do one more. Standing here, it's going to bring the hands onto the hips, and we're going to hula hoop. So get the knees nice and soft, take your time, nice and grounded through the feet, so no wibbly wobblies. And then it should feel good. And I let you go with this. Like if I can do this on YouTube, you can do it at home wherever you are. So change the direction. If you get adventurous, you can make a figure of 8. Woohoo! And it's just to let's kind of get a bit of movement into the hips. And of course, if this is not available to you for whatever reason, you can just come back onto the chair and focus on your breath or work on one of the other exercises that we've just done. So, very good. Hopefully you're feeling good with that. I'm going to come back into sitting again. If you want to stay standing, you can. If you feel like you haven't had enough and you want to stay standing for the next bit, you can. I'm going to come and sit down here. So I'm going to just do a little bit of a side stretch and then one more pose to kind of close. So from here, what I'm going to do is we're going to inhale. We start with taking both hands up and out. Now we're going to avoid this really tightness in the neck. So trying to use the support if you have a chair with the back to it, and try and keep things soft in the shoulders. And then from there we're going to release down. I'm looking if I'm doing the mirror or not. The left hand, and lift up through the right hand, and see if you can extend that right hand up like you know the answers to all the questions. Me. So you should feel a nice stretch on the side. And then we're going to float that one down, and the opposite one up. Nice stretch. Looking to get space between the hip and the rib cage. And you can really see if you can direct your breath into that side body, especially if you're used to yoga. And then we're going to float that down. And now this time we're going to raise both hands up. Really nice big stretch all the way up. Yes. One day you will get back out of your houses. I know, she's going to kill me. Now we release the hands down. And now what we're going to do here is we're going to take the legs wide. Alright, so we're sitting like a cowboy, yeah. And then we're going to bring the hands onto the knees again. We're going to push the sit bones back, so it's like you're pointing your bum back. And we're just going to fold forwards. Now we want to keep the back long, so we're going to just fold forwards to where we can keep the back long rather than curling forwards. And for me, that's as far as I'm going to go. Now, if you might end up here if you're trying to keep the back straight, that's fine as well. It's just that tilt over the pelvis, that slight movement. And wherever you get to, just breathing nice and long. And of course, if you're feeling really flexible and you have the space, you might come down further and bring the elbows onto the legs and let the head and neck go. But nobody falling off chairs, please. And then we're going to bring the hands in underneath to whichever version you're in, and come back to sitting. And then we're going to bring the legs back in together. And then you can stay sitting like that for a moment. And we're just going to finish our practice today with a few nice big breaths. And I'm going to invite you here to place your right hand on your tummy and your left hand on your chest or your heart. And as you breathe out, really see if you can let something go. And as you inhale, see if you can feel the breath in your tummy so that your hand actually expands and then all the way up into your chest. Go at your own pace. You're exhaling, then you're feeling those hands coming in closer to you as the breath leaves, that little contraction in the lungs, like a little hook. And then you're inhaling and seeing if you can direct the breath down towards the hand on your tummy. And then maybe if you have space all the way up to the chest. And breathing out again, another slow deep breath. And again, don't wait for me if you need to keep going. Or if you have massive lungs and I'm going too slow, or I'm going too fast, you go slower. And then the next big breath that you take in, see if you can make it even bigger. The biggest breath you've taken, and breathe it really in and retain it on the peak when your breath is really full. And then see if you can go really slowly out, and even you can blow out through the lips. You get to the end, release the hands. We're going to just sit for a moment and put the hands on the knees, or you can have them on the tummy or back in a mudra. We're just going to sit for a moment together in silence. And noticing the effects of your yoga practice. From here, I would invite you to maybe turn off the video and lie down for 10 minutes, do your own relaxation, if you have that time. But either way, I'm going to sign off now, so just dropping the chin towards the chest once again, bringing the hands together into prayer position, and we're going to bring the hands up to the heart and say together, Namaste, Namaste. Thank you so much for your time and attention, and I hope you've enjoyed this. Have a great day or evening, and if you liked it, can you give me a like and subscribe to my yoga YouTube? Yeah. And if you don't know how to do it, Mom, bring me. You know, cheeky. Alright, bye.